Welcome to No Control RC. What's on the bench today? Well, revisiting the muscle truck. Now, this truck I've had for a while. Brandon did the body for me to match the Roadkill Muscle Truck. And as you can see, I get it dirty and I beat on it. This is built on the Axial Base Camp kit chassis. And it's stupidly overpowered because I have the low ZLMT electronics in it. Now that's what we're actually going to change today, because while it's very fun to drive, it is not a crawler by any means. And Brandon wants to go out crawling, and this is about the only thing I have left to go crawling with. So I'm going to put a crawler setup in this to try to compete with his Red Cat. I'm going to say, we're going to have to dive in and just start taking this thing apart. Now, I've set it up pretty easy. Velcro. I do have a waterproof electronics case on this, because if you've ever watched any of my crawler videos, I usually drown things because there's a nice creek that we like to go to. It's super fun to crawl on, and it's got some deep spots. So far, I mean, honestly, I cannot believe I never broke anything on this truck with this LMT setup in here, because it's so overpowered that it's crazy to drive. There. That was more work than it should have been. Spectrum 130 amp ESC out. Way overkill for this truck. See, it's a pretty basic transmission setup. It is a 2-speed. It's really just a spur on a spur. Alright, so we're going to pull this Spectrum motor out, and we're going to be putting this. This is a 3625 1800 kilovolt outrunner motor that is 2 to 4S capable. They matched it up with the ESC that they sent us, so they should be a perfect match. Look at the size and weight we're going to save with this. We'll be able to adjust our battery where we want a little bit more. So, let's get this old motor out. Let's get this new one in and see what we're working with. Always hold my breath on these ones with the tiny Allen wrenches. The stripping end right now would not be good. Looks like that one broke free. A lot of people would have cleaned their truck before they did this, but I guess I'm not a lot of people, and I'm just going to bring it back out and get it super dirty, so. Brandon spends a lot more time cleaning this stuff than I do. Alright, so we got the old motor out. We got to get this new one in. I will say, this was supposed to be Brandon doing this video. He's a little occupied right now. I couldn't get to it. And we want to really get this product out here and demonstrate for this company. And they were nice enough to send it to us, so I'm going to install it. Which I know it sounds funny. It is my truck, but I was going to make Brandon work on it. Probably not the smartest move, because I am going up against him. Making sure we had all the pieces before we went any further here. Okay, so get the motor installed. The mesh is all done on the spur gear. Super simple. This setup is easy to work on anyway. And the bolt holes lined right up on the motor mount plate, so no issue there. This is a tiny little. I guess I better make sure I have one of those batteries, or an adapter at least. Are these marked? I usually prefer a nice color code system here, but we don't have that, so I guess we'll just have to shoot for the middle's the middle, and the others may have to be swapped. That is a lot of cable. I suppose you can mount it wherever you want. I can mount it up here, keep it dry. find a good place for it. It's a nice home. So as I said, so what we have installed now is we took the LMT running gear out. We have the 1800 kV 2 to 4S brushless outrunner motor in here. We have the ESC from them, which is 2 to 6S LiPo capable, it says on it, and 70 amp. Not so sure I'd push the 6S on it, but what do I know? We're going to be running a 3, because that's the little batteries I have. So we'll be running a 3S battery in this, and I guess now I got to get that battery, and we got to see if this system works. I got to hook up the 2-speed transmission and get all the waterproof stuff back on, and the servo hooked up. All that fun, boring stuff.
How's that, huh? That was pretty good driving.
Alright, well, I'm back from running the Roadkill Muscle Truck replica here with the new electronics in it. Now, I gave it a good once over, did some crawling, did a little bit of just road running with it just to see how the electronics worked high end, low end, and I will say, overall, the Sequre, this 70 amp ESC and this 1800 kilovolt brushless motor, super good. Good control down low. It's got plenty of snap up top. Now I was running in 3S battery because the ESC is 2 to 6S and the motor's 2 to 4, so I figured the sweet spot. Not only that, it was the only battery I had that had the right end on it, and I didn't have any connectors to go along with it. So kind of worked out there. Nice little 3S battery, worked really well. Now, performance-wise, as I said, overall this thing performed really, really well. Now, I was actually surprised with how well I actually liked this setup in this truck. I thought for sure that I'd want to go back to the LMT setup because I like stupid amounts of power where you don't need it. That thing is wonderful high-end power. The low end, really not controllable. It's meant for a monster truck, let's be honest. This, on the other hand, kind of the best of both worlds. I had plenty of power up top, controllable power down low. I want to thank them for sending this to us to let us try it out. If you're interested in a kit like this, the link will be down below. They're one of the few companies that send stuff to our channel, mainly because we are upfront and honest with them and say, if we don't like your product, we're not going to give it a good review. And they were okay with that. They were confident that we would like their product, and they were right. We did, and we're giving it a good review. But in order to be on this channel and to donate something for us to do, you got to be willing to take the good with the bad, and if we don't like something, we do say it. That's why you don't see a lot of companies sending us stuff. But they did. We liked it. So there you go. It happens. Now, Brandon does want to challenge me to a crawl-off, and that kind of spurred this whole thing. So he has a Red Cat Ascent. He's done all kinds of work to it because he was trying to beat another truck. So it's not stock. He bought better tires, overdrive, all that fun stuff. He has portal axles, you know, from the factory with that. And he wants to go up against my base camp kit here that has regular axles. My tires, honestly, these ones they need to go. They have flat spots on them from sitting. That's on me. I didn't get it up off the ground. They weren't real great at crawling to start with. I just love the looks of these tires on this truck. I mean, the reason they're on there. So I'll have to find something that I like the looks of, but also perform to go up against them, because without a good set of tires, I'm probably not going to have a shot. But if I get a good set of tires, and with this setup in it, I might be able to do some stuff. We'll see. Don't know. I've never been afraid of a challenge. Which with Brandon, it's always super friendly and we have fun. So that's the thing. I got to update this truck a little bit now to be as good as the electronics are in it. That's pretty easy to do, and I have a little bit of time because our normal crawler spot is still an icicle. It's frozen over. I was able to get to a few spots, but nothing that we would be able to go have a good competition on. But I did get some good testing in on this truck. Now, I think if I tested it more and more and get a little bit of time on it, get some new wheels and tires, you know, maybe I'll have a shot. Maybe not, but what do you know? So, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you like the channel, you know, comment. Do you think my truck has a shot against Brandon's Ascent? You know, axial base camp, pretty cheap truck versus a tricked out Red Cat. What do you think? Do I have a shot? Let me know. Thanks for watching.